Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Ghost. Today we have more articles to read. I believe there's going to be a second one sometime today, so we're going to see this when the second one comes out, because I'm not uploading 3 videos and 2 videos in one day. It's not happening, but I do want to talk about this information that is coming out. Rapid fire before we get to the full article. First things first, DMG tweets, all exotics will have catalysts. Beautiful. The problem is, I got excited about this. I still am excited about this. Keep in mind, this more than likely means we're going to get a bunch of exotics with the catalyst that just give stat boosts. People forget that not all catalysts give new abilities. Let's think. Don't go overboard. We're not going to get a bunch of catalysts that give like Trinity Ghoul level boosts. It's okay. That's fine. We could have like maybe half and half. Like let's be real here. I don't need Cerberus plus. Well, Cerberus one got a catalyst already. I don't know, but not all exotics need to have game-changing catalysts. It could just be some stat boosts. But a last word catalyst. Grenadier Jake is already on it. 1,000 voices catalyst. Free. I can't imagine what 1,000 voices. 1,000 voices catalyst got to be a juicer. It's got to be a juicer. A conditional finality catalyst. It needs to be juiced. I need another one. Another one. Salta Greppo from DMG saying, Salta Greppo, sorry. Division's getting the buff. Oh my God. Division is getting a buff. Oh my goodness. We're going to keep scrolling. DMG is going on and on. June 9th. Let's read this other article from the official Destiny 2 channel. Before we dig in, we wanted to take this moment to thank you. Seeing your reactions has been really moving to us. Frankly, we wouldn't be here without you. And the way you continue to show up for this world means more than we can fully put into words. Every memory, every moment you've shared with us over the years have fueled our future. Every ounce of our June update is for you, and we hope you feel it as you continue to read through our insight articles and upcoming tweets, let alone when you're playing the update with us on June 9th. Yes, it's a bit sappy and sentimental, but that's how we're feeling while reading all your stories over the last week. We hope to keep building more worlds with you. We hope to keep building worlds to inspire friendship for years to come, and truly couldn't do it without your voices. Again, thank you for reading this. I can't read today. I can't read any day. Sorry, I'm just incapable. I'm trying my best here. I hate it here, man. Again, thank you for being here and for sticking with us. All right, let's get to the goods. All right, let's read. I'm hyped. And it's a doozy. It's a thick one. It's a thick one. Ooh-wee. Look at all this stuff we gotta go through. Ooh-wee. Okay, let's go. Dev Insights, Weapons, Artifacts, and Focusing Preview. Before we dig in, we want to take I already read this. Scroll. Greeting, Guardians. We are here to help. We're going to take it slow. Greetings, Guardians. We are here today to share the many balancing changes and updates that the Destiny 2 dev team has been working on for the Monument of Triumph update coming on June 9th. It's a long article, so here's a list of main topics you'll find it in. The new weapon tier upgrading system, the tier upgrading for crafted weapons, buff to manage exotics like Anarchy, Lament, and Vex Minta class, including catalysts and improvements for the previous ones. Balance updates for the most legendary weapon types, including overall buffs for primary weapon damage and PvE. Something we've been asking for, but they've also said multiple times. Let's see if it sticks this time. Targeted buffs to most special PvE weapons, many legendary perk fixes and buffs. Preview of the new very customizable Artifact 2.0, including new ways to counter champions and saving your choices in loadouts. They really were listening. Like, they were listening for real. We can save our artifact mods to loadouts. They were listening. Oh my God, man. Really? It's really SP Parsons out here, dog. Updates to vendors and weapon focusing and gear attunement. Introducing weapon tier upgrading. Hi Guardians, this is the Sandbox team here to talk about the weapon tier upgrading, a new system releasing with the Monument of Triumph that would allow players to upgrade their weapons gear tier for a cost to access additional enhanced perks and even the gear 5 to cosmetics. We wanted the players to still feel as though low tier drops can have value if you spike into the exact role you want. We want, with a want for higher tier gear, to have an easier time getting that perfect role due to multi perks. All weapons integrated into the tier system will be eligible to undergo tier upgrading, including those that have already dropped and are resting within your vault. In the weapons inspection screen, there will be a new weapon mod socket where you can apply a mod for a cost that will upgrade your weapon to the next applicable gear tier. While this new upgrading path allows the player to unlock all the enhanced perk benefits of tier 5 gear as well as access the unique tier 5 cosmetics, it can't add perks to the columns of your weapons. Meaning, if you haven't quite found your god roll or you prefer the weapon with additional options in the column, you may still want to chase multi-perk drops. To add a bit more value to tier 3, in lieu of it being majority of unlocking multi-perk today, mainly unlocking multi-perk today, we have shifted the unlock of enhanced mods to this gear tier for all weapons. Okay, hold on. To add a bit more value to gear tier 3, in lieu of it being mainly about unlocking multi-perk, today, we've shifted the unlock enhanced mods to, okay, so you can unlock enhanced mods at tier 3. Below is an example of the mod players will see in gear tier 1 upon application for the player at for a cost of, upon application by the player for a cost will upgrade their left and right traits to enhanced traits. Okay, so it goes from tier 1, they upgraded for 2500 glimmer and a basketball, aka Ascended Alloy, and some prisms. Upgraded all the way. Is that to tier? Okay, that's to tier 2. So, and then that's why we see all the way to tier 5. The final upgrade from tier 4 to 5 will therefore have unlocked all enhanced perks, enhanced mods, enhanced barrels, mags for the masterwork strat, one fully masterwork, and a combatant for the ornament combo. There's no way they just gave Chaperone triple tap, bro. Cut this shit out. This is the one you decided to show, Bungie? Oh man, oh no. With the Monument of Triumph being the final release for Destiny 2, stop reminding me we didn't end up leaving. We want to leave any exotic behind when it came to Catalyst. We also handpicked existing legendary perks that thematically tie into each exotic, which with weapon story or strength. We want to keep most of these a nice surprise for you once the update hits, but here are a sneak preview of a handful of these. Chaperone, Triple Type, Parasite, Envious Arsenal. No, that's a good one. Teraba, Ambitious Assassin. I mean, I guess so. I guess you could shoot Ravenous Beast a bit longer. Additionally, we also added perks to all the oldest catalysts that only gave stat boosts to help bring them in line, or bring them up in the same tier as the recent ones. Crimson, To the Pain, Merciless, Heel Clip. You put Heel Clip on a fusion rifle? Dog, y'all could have put like Controlled Burst on there. Controlled Burst would have been dumb. Controlled Burst on Merciless would have been stupid. Actually, no, Controlled Burst is just, all it does is give you faster firing, right? Controlled Burst increase damage too? Now I gotta look. Now we gotta look. We're going on a trip in a favorite rocket ship to LA DG. Landing every shot. Yeah, give it Controlled Burst. Terrible with Merciless with Controlled Burst. You could have gotten even faster. Merciless, if you guys don't know, Merciless, if I'm thinking correctly, that's a fusion rifle that fires faster and faster as you hold the trigger. They could have gave it a Controlled Burst. Because look, reloading immediately after a kill increases weapon damage for a short time. We could have had multiple damage stats. Because this thing hits with projectile decreases weapon charge time for a short duration. We could have had the damage from reloading after a kill with impetus, which I think is like 30%, on top of Controlled Burst. Reroll it. DMG. Give Merciless Controlled Burst. No one wants Heel Clip on this weapon. Controlled Burst. In total, we've added 25 catalysts to weapons that didn't have one already. 9 perks added to existing catalysts that only had a weapon stats and bonuses. Envious Arsenal on Parasite could be really, really good. The problem is, I mean, it's cool. It's cool in process, like in thought process, it is cool. But you want to get more kills with Parasite for so you can get that extra damage. So reloading with it, I mean, I guess in that you didn't have to. I mean, it cuts off you having to reload, but I ain't gonna lie to you, auto loading coaster probably would have been better. Ambitious Assassin is cool. We hope these bring you some new life into some new options in the arsenal. Enhanced weapon crafting with the Monument of Triumphs update. We're adding a new armor set bonuses to earn in our raid and destination content. We wanted those weapons to feel relevant again, but not necessarily ask players to regrind the gear under gear tiering for the fourth time, for the third time, I believe. Thank you for not doing that. We also, we know players have already put in forth a lot of effort to unlock patterns throughout the game, so we wanted to treat them with some updates while giving players additional reasons to finish up their patterns if they hadn't yet. As we investigated options, we concluded that we would update all crafted weapons to the power of gear tiering, but through a slightly different method involving the crafting table. Upon logging in, any legendary crafted weapon that already exists will immediately be eligible for the version of gear tiering upgrading, and any newly crafted legendary weapon can be taken on the same upgrading journey. In the inspection screen of a crafted weapon, navigating to the weapon level boost icon, there will be a new mod that will allow you to also improve the tier of a weapon upon reaching the specific weapon levels. Okay, that's pretty cool. On a crafted weapon, gear tier will act a bit differently than the other weapons, as it won't immediately provide the gear tier benefits. At gear tier 3, players will unlock enhanced weapon mods. At gear tier 5, will unlock cosmetics, just like any other weapon in the gear tier system. However, for all the other tiers, it will correspond with the unlocking of enhanced components at the crafting table. When you reach weapon level 11, you can upgrade a gear tier to tier 2. You upgrade tier 2, and just like that, a fresh tiered weapon drop. You gain access to enhanced left to right column traits. At weapon level 25, you can upgrade it from upgrade to gear 4 and add enhanced components like barrels and magazines. At 30, you will upgrade to gear 5 and add enhanced origin traits. Origins will behave a bit differently than most perks in the crafting tables as well. The menu will showcase all available origin traits, and the selection of any enhancement perks and perks to insert will reflect in the entire column, being enhanced upon selecting reshape. So the same is true vice versa. If you wish to return to base traits, selection of any base traits for the origin column will still allow the other options to be available after reshaping. Okay, that's cool. Kind of hard to understand, but I kind of get it. We move. Because the sandbox has evolved and changed since these destinations and the raid weapons entered crafting, we've also updated them to have some additional new trait options. 2 new traits per column. For instance, Supercharged Magazine and Jolting Feedback have been added to Oversoul Edict. Other non-raid destination crafted weapons won't have the new perks, but they are receiving enhanced origin traits for the first time. As we do revisit a few of these underperforming origins, including Head Rush. Thank you, God, because Head Rush is booty butt cheek. If you guys don't know what Head Rush is Head Rush is the weapons from Season of the Witch, I believe. And that one makes it so, like, I think you get some buffs whenever you crouch. When you crouch for a while, then uncrouch, you get a bunch of stuff. But the buffs are booty butt cheeks, and you gotta run around and crouch the entire time. Which, no, I could just look it up. Merciless with controlled burst would be W. I'm just letting you know, bro. Head Rush. Standing up after crouching for a short time grants this weapon a brief period to improve handling and reload speed. Yeah. Booty butt. Cheeks. Which now activates on slide and provides a small boost in damage against hive opponents. There you go. We also haven't forgotten about raid adept weapons. They will gain all the same benefits. These weapons will still gain additional traits based on the number of patterns collected from their non-adept counterparts and are eligible to swap out their components like barrels, mags at the crafting relic. Okay. They also continue to upgrade their traits via original enhancement feature. With the Monument of Triumph, however, these raid adepts will gain access to the tier upgrade mod like crafted weapons and can visit the relic to upgrade to enhanced components and enhanced origins. These weapons will also retain the bit of extra stat boost on top of their non-adept counterparts and their unique adept shader to add a bit of prestige for those who have gone through the challenge of acquiring them. So TLDR, the Vault of Glass rocket launcher is still and will always be the best rocket launcher in the game. I can't remember the name of it, but especially with these changes, it will still be the best rocket launcher in the game, unless they nerf rockets. But even then, it's still going to be the best rocket. Weapon Sandbox Update. The ammo system has received the buff to underperforming weapons, nerfs to outliers, several bug fixes, and quality of life improvements. general, we have modified the ammo system so that if an enemy is floating above a pit, they will not drop an ammo brick when defeated, even if it fills the meter. Oh my god, bro. Y'all know that scene in Ratatouille where Remy is outside of the dude's head and he's like throwing stuff in the pot. He's dancing around the pot, throwing it in, throwing some potatoes, throwing some cheese, throwing some tomato, mixing it. That's Bungie. That's Bungie. They're really cooking. You will continue to gain ammo meter progress, but your next kill on an enemy that is not above a pit will spawn the old ammo brick instead. Oh my god, bro. Did they really be listening? Special ammo weapons. We took a baseline swing at making double special slightly less viable for ad clear. Outside of that role, this change is generally offset by the damage buffs previously given to non-rocket pulse ammo weapons. So, while it may require one more kill to earn a brick, it may also require one less shot overall to kill targets. Reduce the amount of meter progress special ammo weapons gained from defeats against minor enemies by 70%, had 100% ammo generation stat. Linear fusions. Let's hear about it. Both special ammo and heavy ammo precision linear fusions felt like they were not getting enough ammo per brick, so we have increased the amount for each. Heavy ammo linears, base increased 3 to 5, enhanced 4 to 6. They getting 5 and 6 ammo per brick. Special ammo 3 to 5, enhanced 6 to 10. Sheesh. I'm a little bit confused by what they mean by enhanced though. Buried Bloodline, corrected an issue where Buried Bloodline was not correctly gaining additional ammo from enhanced special bricks. Oh, from that. Oh, okay, never mind. Is that like the ones where like they give you more the mods they give you the more ammo probably. Choir of One is simply too free in terms of ammo for both in isolation and in double special builds. It's the only special weapon that didn't follow the standard rules for ammo brick value. These changes make this weapon follow those rules. So reduced from 45 to 30, enhanced reduced from 90 to 70. Okay, well, a little bit of Choir of One. I haven't really used it in a while, but it's still pretty good. Rocket pulse rifles. A bug when causing rocket pulse rifles to have double the ammo when used with another special ammo weapon. For example, running 2 rocket pulse rifles at the same time was entirely viable because they both got full ammo amounts instead of half. This has effect of reducing the challenge of endgame content while invading on other special weapons. Fixed an issue that was sometimes causing rocket pulses to only earn 2 shots per brick. Fixed an issue where PSI Eternal was not currently having its ammo per brick increased by scavenger mods. Fixed an issue where legendary rocket pulses were not correctly having the ammo per brick split when using the second special weapon. Only in the Crucible. Some Crucible specific changes were needed to reduce special ammo uptime that was fueled by non-primary use. Reduce the point gains for special ammo and heavy ammo kills and assists and super kills by 33%. Reduce glaive melee gains by 20%. Rest in peace, more glaives. Adaptive linear fusions get too much ammo for heavy crates for how potent they are compared to other options. Reduce adaptive linear fusions, ammo crates from 5 to 3. Ooh, that's a lot. Rapid fire machine guns felt like they weren't getting enough ammo from crates, so we've increased the value. Increased rapid LFR. Oh no, this is in Crucible. People was using burst linears in Crucible? I never would have known. Wow, I stopped playing Crucible a while ago. Increased rapid fire LMG ammo from crates from 45 to a maximum of 62 based on mag size. Other LMGs remain capped at 22. Better ends ammo from crates has been reduced to fit it within scale. Is that the freaking dungeon one? Yes, it is. Exotic weapon tuning. The Jade Rabbit Jade Rabbit has long been a choice to pick in PvP on specific builds and specific maps that have seen little play elsewhere. We've made some rather significant adjustments to help it in gameplay feel a bit less clunky and give it some more life in PvE activities. Increase the mag size to 15, remove Zen Moment, and added Shoot to Loot and Firefly as the 2 traits. Fate of All Foods, increase the maximum stack to 15. In addition to chaining precision kills, now add a stack. Precision hits, I'm sorry. Now add a stack for precision kills as well. Gaining a stack now refills the magazine and increases stability. Stacks will no longer be completely removed when you reload. Dealing direct body shot damage will remove 1 stack. Scaling damage on Firefly when it's active, and dealing splash damage will not remove a stack of the perk. Catalyst. In addition to adding more stability, special reloading will consume all stacks of Fate of All Fools and grant a singular micro missile round, which deals bonus damage based on the number of stacks consumed. Okay. Let's see what they did for Vex, because I'm interested in Vex. I really used to love running my Vex Titan build with Path of Burning Steps. It was really juicy during Lightfall. Let's see what they're doing. As the sandbox evolved, Vex Mythic class felt like it lagged behind the other raid weapons in terms of strength and PvE content. We wanted to give the linear fusion shots something extra to help them feel worth the kill requirements charged them, as we updated the intrinsic and catalyst to help making acquiring those kills a little easier. Timeless Mythic class intrinsic now has what is comparably more potent version of rewind wounds while in full auto mode. Holy shit. 1 second. Temporal Unlimiter trait. Precision kills with linear fusion rifle shots add now trigger and ignition. Hold on, wait a minute. After leaving linear fusion rifle mode, the magazine now fully reloads. The HUD buff and magazine display have been tweaked to show the exact amount of linear fusion shots remaining. This is purely a visual change, functionally remain the same. Calculated balance, catalyst. Sustained damage now also activates the catalyst in addition to kills. Okay. So now I forgot the catalyst gives you extra damage when you get kills. So now you can just do sustained damage. Hold on, wait a minute. Does this mean, no, because the linear fusion rifle mode is part of the gun. I was going to say, like, does this low-key does that mean sustained damage also charges the linear? Now that would be juice. I doubt that, though. There's already a huge buffer for Vex. Huge buff for Vex. Touch of Malice. Oh, goodness gracious. Despite multiple previous changes, Touch of Malice has not lived up to its Destiny 1 glory days. Don't give me hope. We've made a few changes baseline and to its catalyst that will help it build into a potent exotic primary weapon through skilled and played and build crafting. Increase the final round bonus damage by 10%. Set it up so the special round can be made faster by buffing reload speed. Oh, is that the one else you should have light maybe? Replace rapid hit catalyst with precision instrument. Okay. Gain increased stability and reload speed with each stack of charged blight. So you still get rapid hit, but you get a damage bonus from precision instrument, and they built rapid hit into the charged blight. Now that's hold on. I'm seeing some last word buffs. Pause on Touch of Malice. I'm excited for it, but last word, it has my heart infinitely. Much like our many text weapons, the last word sits on a razor's edge between being extremely potent and a single input type or feeling tough to get a value out of. This update will make it feel more valuable in M&K amounts to keep without totally flipping these power scales. Sorry, my nose is the allergies. Increase stability by 10% on M&K. Increase aim assist when hip firing on 10% by 10% on M&K. If you guys don't know, the reason I love last word is when I got it, my friends refused to play Trials with me. He said, "You're not playing Trials with us until you get last word, Hawkamoon," which we couldn't get because we was on Xbox. Oh, Thorn. I could not find Thorn. The exotic bounty would just not drop for me. So the first time I got to actually play Trials with my friends was with last word, and I got it out of a chest in Prison of Elders. I love this thing. So, wow, I'm glad they're buffing it again. I want to see what this catalyst is going to do, though, because they did say that last word is getting the catalyst. It would be dung. I'm excited. I'm so excited for this update. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Tuesday. 2 more weeks. Modern multi-tool. In PvE content, we wanted Modern Multi-Tool to further lean into the building of modifications over the course of an activity. While we're happy with how it landed, we wanted to lower how many kills are required to reach that final modification. We've also adjusted the catalyst by a small amount to give it more utility in more situations. Oh, my nose, jeez. Is it bleeding? No, it's not. Okay. Lowered the PvE combatant kill requirement from 10 kills per modification to 15 with macro tool to 7 kills per modification, 10 with macro tool. This lowers the total kill requirement from 46 to a macro tool to 27, 40 with macro tool to acquire all modifications. The catalyst improved radar resolution now remains active for a few seconds when you stow mod a multi-tool. Instead of immediately deactivating, multi-tool now still needs to be in your hands for the catalyst to activate. Got it. Heirloom. I never got this both in the dungeon. I got my solo clear from Equilibrium and then quit the game. Heirloom can be let me go blow my nose real quick, chat. Hold on. Yo, we're going on 25 minutes. I'm not even halfway through. Okay. Heirloom could be a potent option if you have opted into its particular flavor playstyle on its initial release, but it both did not feel worth the effort and did not live up to the player's expectations of being a dungeon exotic. We've made a number of adjustments here to help it flow a bit better, as well as hit even harder versus high priority targets. Increase charge rate by 20%, increase impact damage by 20% in PvE only, reduce extra heat generated by charge shots by 7%, increase damage versus mini bosses and champion targets by 20%, increase damage versus bosses by 10%, added incandescent perk to Catalyst. Okay. Teraba. It feels so good to see you again, old friend. Teraba. It felt a bit odd for Teraba to not reward you for all the defeats, so we've remedied that, and we'll also be building more tie-ins into the solar kit to let you get Ravenous Beast mode more often. Dealing damage to Scorched combatants grants increased Ravenous Beast progress by 30%. Kills can generate a full mag if the mag hits a Scorched enemy. So you can generate Scorched Beasts and one mag if the enemy is Scorched. Kind of cool. Kills grant increased progress 10% per kill. So you're going to want to build some Scorched in it. So running this with solar could be kind of juicy. Anarchy. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's hear about it. Once Finality's augurs were released, Anarchy felt like it could no longer have a place in this potent defense trap system. Understandable. So we're amping up its traps and capabilities to be more competitive versus Finality's augur. Increase arm trap lifetime by 50% from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Increase trap damage versus combatants by 30 seconds. Double trap detonation damage versus combatants to better match the per tick damage of a trap. Replace the moving target with impromptu ammunition. I always wondered why the hell we got movement target on a grenade launcher, but that's cool. I forgot what impromptu ammunition does. Let me look. Impromptu. Final blows increase ammo meter progress from all sources for a short time. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. More ammo. What's wrong? More ammo. Love it. Winter Bite is an extremely solid workhorse glaive, but it feels overly punishing to shoot the projectiles while in CQC. Reduce self-damage from projectile by 66%. Edge of action, concurrence, and intent. The class glaive should feel like an apex power for an exotic version of a legendary glaive. So we're upping their charge rate for special shots when you fully engaged in the glaive loop. Rev up those doom sticks. Glaive projectiles now grant double progress towards special shots. Good. More hierarchy of needs buffs. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. We've updated hierarchy of needs to make its seekers more interactive and build friendly, helping them better better follow your precision shots through guidance ring. Apply Scorch for build crafting synergy and feel more reliable at mid-range thanks to improved hipfire accuracy. Seekers now apply a +15, +5 for the number of ashes Scorches on hit targets. Added hidden tracking for Seekers that guides them to the target recently hit by precision damage. Added increased hipfire accuracy to the list of benefits provided by the Catalyst. If you guys don't remember, they already buffed hierarchy of needs. It's now the glaive version of bows, and it was doing dumb damage that they had to disable it during I think they disabled it during the dungeon or the raid. I can't remember, but I remember it was so busted they had to disable it. Then we're getting more buffs now. It's the Gallahorn of bows. Now we got the Gallahorns of bows with hierarchy of needs. We got the Gallahorn of snipers with Darcy. Like what? Like Bungie, or you just keep on cooking, bro. Sunshot and Graviton Lance. Both Sunshot and Grav Lance have been very easy to use while having high impact on gameplay for a long time now, and they tend to crowd out similar options in the sandbox. We've made a few changes to both to make it a bit less able to wipe out entire encounters with one kill while retaining their power in some clumped groups. Rebalance the damage of explosions to deal more damage up close and less damage further away. Okay, understandable. Outbreak perfected. Wait, they just... Hold on. There's a ton of love for Outbreak, especially with its being primary weapon that can hang out with special heavies in endgame. In the Monument of Triumph, though, we're buffing our primaries across the board, and because of that, there was a need to reduce the delta between other strong primaries in Outbreak. Understandable. Reduce damage bonus at maximum and night damage from 4.5 to 4. Okay, that's not even that big of a deal. I'll take it. Arbalist. With anti-champ rolling out across all weapons in the game, Arbalist was struggling even more than ever for us to do it during testing. So we're spot tuning that damage up a fair bit. Increased damage versus champions at 33%. Cool. Wardcliff Coil. Dog, there's so much. Jeez. Wardcliff Coil will be getting a couple of bug fixes and a surely needed max ammo increase. Fix the bug where firing Wardcliff Coil would not grant bull charge if the firing player was too far off the ground. Mechanized autoloader now works while the weapon is stowed. Increase maximum ammo from 5 to 8. Perfect. Lament. The game has changed a lot since Lament received a lab nerf. To account for that, we're reverting the most last change and help it keep pace potent single target damage. Reverted the previous nerf to weapon by minus 70%. Thank you. This is good. If you guys don't remember, they nerfed Lament for absolutely no reason going into final shape. And we assumed it was because of the third boss, or the first boss in Salvation's Edge. Because there was no other way. Because no one was using Lament at all. I feel like we've all felt like they preemptively nerfed it for this boss. Reverted the damage, returned most of the final combo hit damage, and self-healing the previous changes introduced. Okay, perfect. Truth has long struggled to have any kind of strong identity in D2. We all have fond memories of wild tracking shots in Destiny 1, but this weapon struggles to keep up in today's sandbox. We've made some changes that let it lean into its 3 in a mag and give it a splashy secondary effect if you land all your rockets. Now returns 1 ammo to reserves and buffs the next magazine when all rounds in the magazine hit a target. When triggered, the next magazine gains dramatically increased fire rate stability and tracking strength and cluster bombs. Ooh-wee. Thunderlord. We're making a small adjustment to Thunderlord to put it more in line with similar boss DPS options. See? Bungie is calling it boss DPS. Don't kick me from LFG if I bring out Thunderlord. Reduced ammo refunded by Lightning Strike from 7 to 5 at base. Never mind. Whirling Ovation. I forgot what this exotic does. Whirling needs a little more help to stay competitive with weapons that aren't rocket pulses. This update should help it feel snappy with optimized damage with a variety of weapon types, increase the amount of anticipation gained per point of damage just by over just 1%. Oh, that's the Salvation. No, that's the DP exotic. Prometheus Lens got a scorch effect in very different Destiny 2 sandbox, so we're giving it a bit of love to be able to keep up against other similar weapons. Increased scorch stacks applied per trigger, up to 20 plus 10 per Ember of Ashes from 10 plus 10 from Ember of Ashes. Okay. Centrifuge. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I remember this exotic. Centrifuge's sprint reload effect felt just a tad too slow to use the main way to reload the weapon. Sorry. Centrifuge's sprint to reload effect felt just a touch too slow to use the main way to reload your weapon. That's a spelling mistake. So we're making it a bit easier to rely on, subsequently keeping a perk at full potency. Increase the amount of magazine refilled by trigger pull from 10% to 4%. Yeah. Buff that, John. 10% is perfect. Slayer's Fang, one of the worst exotics ever added from a season. Slayer's Fang was potent option when it first released, but has since fallen behind more versatile weapons. It was never potent. I don't know what you're talking about. We're giving it a few changes that allow you to be a bit more liberal with its usage, as well as bring back a bit of an effect it used to have prior to its release. Increase magazine size by 2, increase reserve ammo by 10. Now slowly reloads itself when the buff is active. No one's still going to use this. Xenophage. A terror of Gambit and PvE alike, Xenophage definitely has a hard time in today's sandbox. We're giving it a bit more total ammo to help it keep up with several options and be a bit less strict on the economy. Increase reserves by 10%. By 10. And mine. Sorry. That's also really good. Legendary sandbox tuning. Primary ammo weapons have struggled to keep up against combatants, especially in the harder activities, so we've implemented some broad changes to help them feel better to use. Legendary primary ammo weapons increase damage versus minor combatants by 30%. Exotic primary weapons increase bonus damage versus minor combatants from 30 to 40%. Non-blaster primary weapons increase damage versus major combatants to 15% by 50%. Blaster primary weapons increase bonus damage versus major combatants by 20% instead of 15. Some special ammo weapons have dominated the sandbox while others have felt left behind. We're making a targeted buff to all of them behind special weapons to balance them out and make more archetypes viable to use in PvE. Special ammo weapons increase damage versus major combatants by 20%, excludes snipers, rocket pulses, rocket sidearms, swords, and choir of one. Understandable. Honestly, you could have buffed snipers again. I ain't gonna lie to you. You could have left snipers in there. No lie. Snipers are still kind of doo-doo butt cheeks. On top of the above changes, these specific primary ammo archetypes get some additional balance and tuning. High impact auto rifles now move to 400 to RPM instead of 360. Reduce ADF damage fall off scalar by 1.7 to 1.6. Reduce base damage from 24 to 22. They're reducing it because they're going to be firing 40. Their RPM is going to be 40 faster, so you got to reduce damage a little bit. This includes Vex, Soros Regime with dual speed receiver, but excludes Cerberus +1 and Sweet Business in its non-spun up state. Adaptive, increased base damage from 15 to 15.5, increased critical hit damage from 26.25 to 27.1. Pulse rifles, lightweight, reduced bonus damage from 19, reduced base damage from 19.7 to 18.8, reduced critical hit damage from 31.5 to 30.1. Why are we nerfing? Why are we nerfing? Legacy frame. So these weapons since these weapons inherit the damage change from lightweight pulse rifles, we're reverting the nerf to the ADS damage fallout scalar. Impact ADS damage, increased ADS damage fallout scalar from 1.6 back to 1.7. High impact, reverted previous nerf to ADS damage fall off scalar, increasing it from 1.6 back to 1.7. Scout rifle, rapid fire, reduced base damage from 28 to 27.3, reduced critical hit damage from 54.6 to 53.25. Why are we nerfing stuff? I mean, I guess because of the extra damage, maybe. High impact, reverted previous nerf to ADS damage fall off scalar to 1. Now it's 1.7. I'm an idiot. High impact. Hand cannons, aggressive, reduced damage from 49 to 48.7, reduced critical hit damage from 90.65 to 90.1. Bows, increased damage versus minor combatants by an additional 20%, increased damage versus major combatants by additional 40%. Also, on top of the above changes, many special ammo weapons have archetypes have also gotten some buffs along with some nerfs to one particular archetype that won't be surprising to see. Rocket pulls got another nerf, didn't they? Rocket sidearms, increased projectile explosion radius by 33%. Rapid fire fusions damage scalar up to 7%. Adaptive damage scalar by 10%. Precision damage scalar by 20%. High impact by 15%. Aggressive shotguns, PvE damage scalar by 15% increased. Improved the base stats for Fellwinter's Lie. Don't tell me we're about to be back in the Fellwinter meta. Lightweight, increased PvE damage by 15%. Precision, increased PvE damage by 20%. Slug shotguns, increased PvE damage by 10%. Pinpoint, 5%. Heavy burst, 10%. Snipers, aggressive, increased PvE damage scalar by 15%. Adaptive, 10%. Glazed rapid fire, increased PvE damage scalar by 10%. Trace rifles, increased damage versus minor combatants by an additional 20%. Increased damage versus major combatants by another additional 20%. Whew, I'm trying to breathe. Exotic trace rifles, increased bonus damage versus minor combatants by 30 to 40%, and rocket pulses, reduced ammo gen stat of legendary micro missiles by 15%, decreased PvE damage by 10%, decreased damage versus bosses by 25%. This is on top of the 10% above. Jeez. Reduce projectile explosion radius by 25%. Reduce super generation by 25% for roamers and 33% for standard supers. Oh God, rocket pulses just got gutted. Oh goodness gracious. Jeez. Finally, heavy ammo weapons got some attention to make them more effective against bosses and champions, along with some targeted ammo tuning. Heavy grenade launchers increase damage versus bosses and champs by 5%. Rocket launchers also by 5%. Crossbows by 10%. LFRs increase damage for all LFRs versus bosses and champs by 10%. Precision PV damage scaler by increased by 10%. Increased ammo reserves by 30%, excluding sleeper simulant. Sag. Give us sleeper simulant above 2. Machine guns increase bitter end reserve ammo. W. Wait, what is? I guess it can just hold more ammo? Because bitter end has no freaking. I guess it can hold more ammo. Swords decrease cost of vortex heavy attack frame from 6 to 4 ammo to match other heavy swords. Good. Legendary perk change. Boys, we're just under halfway. We got a long way. I hope you guys got some snacks. I am reading as fast and efficient as I can. This is a fat one, and we're not even at the TWAB yet. We got a TWAB after this. I hope y'all got some juice, and I hope y'all got some snacks. Let's keep going. Woo! In addition to the legendary weapons archetype tuning, we've also made some changes to the legendary weapon perks. A few older damage perks felt like they were lagging behind, so we've buffed these perks in order to make them more competitive choices compared with more modern perks. Focused Fury, damage bonus increased from 20 to 25%. Hits required to activate and decrease from 50% of the magazine to 35% of the magazine. Pretty good. Full court, maximum explosive damage increased to 35%. Lasting impression, bonus damage increased to 35%. Reservoir burst, damage increased from 25%, 27.5 in hits to 30%, 33.33. I'm tripping. So it's increased to 30% on enhanced, 33% enhanced. Gut shot straight. Reduce the aim assist penalty by 20% on the base perk and 25% on the enhanced perk. Fix an issue where this perk did not work with bitter end. Adagio, reduce the breathe. Adagio, reduce the damage bonus on hand cannons from 30 to 27%. Increase damage bonus on shotguns and bows from 20 to 30%. Does this make it so 120 hand cannons can't 2-tap anymore with Adagio? I hope not. Leave that alone. That was fun. The following perks received some quality of life tuning to make them easier to activate on their own or with other build crafting elements. Now all share the same tangle activator. Destroy a tangle either by shooting it or upon picking it upon impact after throwing it. Nose getting clogged up. Jeez. I'm sorry. Can't breathe. Jeez. Previously, this activator differed depending on the perk and would either activate when shooting a tangle or picking up a tangle, throwing a tangle, or a combination of these despite sharing the same terminology in their strengths. In addition to this activator, collective action and collective pugilism also grant additional time to their durations upon throwing a tangle. This unique behavior is called out in the descriptions. Artifact elemental orbs are now officially considered elemental pickups. For the sake of these perks and grant the same benefits as the tangles. As such, we fixed an issue where the artifact orbs would give dark transcendence energy in Facet of Honor. With Facet of Honor, they now give light transcendence energy. Good to know. Collective action. Fire Sprite's Void Breaches 8 seconds. Ionic Traces Stasis Charge 4 seconds. Tangle Detonation 4 seconds. Tangle Throw 4 seconds. So they get 8 seconds in total. Instead of a flat 7 seconds, elemental pickups now provide offering amounts of time to the perk duration, depending on how easy they are to create. These values match the collective pugilism. To compensate for the lower duration gained from some elemental pickups, these damage bonuses against PvE combatants has been increased to 20 to 30%. The damage bonus against players remains at 10%. The enhanced benefits no longer provides more time per pickup, but instead increase the damage bonus to 33% against PvE combatants and allow to 11% against players. Increase max lifetime from 12 to 16%. Sheesh. All-Star. Damage timer is now paused when weapon stow resumes on weapon equipped. I forgot all of it. What the hell is All-Star? Don't even remember. Desperado, in addition to its current activator on reloading after precision kill, Desperado can now also activate when reloading after 3 rapid kills. Okay, so you can use it in PvE. Perfect. Frenzy. Fixed an issue where enhanced version of Frenzy was not getting the extended duration when refreshed to compare to standard Frenzy. Also fixed an issue where Frenzy being inactive could prevent the Crucible Origin perk from activating. Jolting feedback. Reduce shots to activate perk from 1 to 2 per scout rifles and hand cannons. Encore's HUD buff now displays a timer. Envious Assassin. That's an Envious Arsenal. Envious Assassin, I'm sorry. Fixed an issue where the perk's not working on a single shot weapons. Cascade Point. Since we removed the already HUD buff when the weapon is stowed, we have simplified the activation criteria for dealing precision damage with other weapons. Auto rifles, pulse rifles, SMGs, traces, sidearms, and LMGs, 6 critical hits. Hand cannons and scouts, 4 critical hits. Bows, LFRs, glade projectiles, shotguns, snipers, 2 critical hits. Attrition orbs now activates and 4 hits on waveframe grenade launchers, down from 10. Okay, now activates and 3 hits on rocket launchers, down from 6. Thank God. It's still asking for a lot, honestly. Rocket launchers should be 1, maybe 2. Contending Cascade. The number of rapid final blows needed for max benefits have been reduced from 15 and 12 if enhanced to 12 and 10 if enhanced. Stat benefits now max out when the elemental explosions are granted instead of scaling with up to 20 rapid final blows. Contending Cascade is that new one that they just added, right? Oh, this is the Guardian gains origin trait, right? This weapon gains bonus handling and reload speed based on your longest chain of rapid final blows from any source. After achieving a less impressive record, final blows with this weapon created an elemental damage explosion. The hell? What weapons is this on? Oh, yeah, these are new ones. Okay. Good to know. Full choke. Full pellet spread is now reduced by 5% and 3.25. That's on freaking, what's it called? Shop package intrinsic. Now reduced pellet spread by 2.5% when ADS. Fellow Winter just got a huge buff. Well, kind of, probably huge in game, but kind of sounds small on the paper. Finally, some origin trait weaknesses were addressed to make them feel a bit more impactful. Whew. God, it's crazy. It's a lot of reading. Advanced Reflexes, the Dreaming City origin trait, new effect. Plus 5% damage bonus while active, increased bonus handling from 30 to 40%, increased bonus charge rate for swords from 20 to 35%, gun and run, reworked effect, defeating target builds stacks of gun and run for a short duration, sprinting for a short time and consumes a stack to partially reload this weapon's magazine for reserve. On bow, briefly improves draw speed. Nanotech Tracers, Neo Luna Destination Origin Trait. Reduce the amount of hits needed for Basso Ostinato to activate Nanotech Tracer missile by roughly 1. I don't even know what that is, and I'm not going to look it up because it's really not that important. All right. Artifacts 2.0. This is what we've been waiting for. With the Monument of Triumph, we're reworking the artifact items in multiple ways to better align them with a modern Destiny 2 setting up for the withstand the test of time. This means streamlining the mod selection process, removing the annoyances like refunding dance, disabling the artifact in competitive trials modes, and finally working in loadouts. I know these PvP players have been asking, bro, can you disable mods? We don't want these in PvE and multiplayer. I get it. It can be annoying sometimes. All right, what this means is that we've trimmed the bloat on artifacts, gone are the days of dedicated anti-champion columns that need to refund mods to select ones in earlier columns. The process has been simplified into 3 buckets that functionally perform just like the columns did before, but in a way that uses the visual language of our modern game that works in a more intuitive way. Now, when you want to switch out a mod in column 4, you can just do that and substitute it out for whatever fits instead of needing to clear the entire later columns to be allowed to respec earlier ones. Thank God. On top of this, we've built anti-champion capabilities directly into your guns, so you no longer must worry about your favorite guns not getting anti-champions offerings in the seasons, but more on that in a moment. Whoo! And they got like a little work best option too. So like this artifact works best with this. This is really good. Perfect. Glad they're doing this. Alongside these updates that will also come with 6 new mods defragmented and deciphered from the data disk into your hands. Fierce Proximex. Finisher final blows grant grenade and melee energy. Rapid remedy. Machine guns rapid final blows heal you. Blinding jolts. Gracious. Blinding jolts. Final blows on jolting combatants blind nearby combatants. Precision equity. Precision final blows build progress towards a large or orbit power that also grants bonus weapon damage on pickup. Higher rank targets grant more progress. Taser tag. Arc powered melee hits jolts combatants and deal more further damage for a short duration. This is going to go insane on point contact cannon brace. Striker shock. Arc flux, magnetic and fusion grenades deal more damage when affected to combatants. Attached to combatants, on final blows, they release several micro missiles that seek nearby combatants. My armamentarium build is about to go insane. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. I'm joking, I just yawned. But there's more. For eagle-eyed readers, you might have noticed that we keep referring to artifacts in plural, and it's for a good reason. Artifacts for the past 6 years have served to shift around the meta for season over season, encouraging you to try new things by giving them some borrowed power. This model doesn't really work without seasons, so we're breaking the bank and not just offering 1 artifact, but a whopping 7 artifacts pulled from Season Pass. Oh my good googly moogly. They've been cooking. They've been cooking. Oh my god. These selections were all made to cover many fan favorite weapons, elements, and perks and possible, and we believe will give you a treasure of trove of build and crafting opportunities for years to come. They won't be coming back perfectly identical though. In the past 6 years, the artifacts were shifted quite a bit, from days of glimmer mods and anti-champion abilities taking up a large swath of those slots into the 7-row structure to finally the boost. We took a long look for each artifact and not only a balance pass to make sure they could live in the perpetuity looking at you flashover, but also how could we integrate the best of all versions of artifacts to be available in a single build crafting ecosystem. We're looking forward to seeing what you build and how you combine these artifacts with incredibly deep pool of new set bonuses, weapons. Oh my god, and weapons. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide. Anti-Champion 2.0. With the removal of the first 2 columns on each artifact, we needed to find a new home for all of our champion counter effects. Given the nature of this final release, we've decided to roll access to these effects into an intrinsic perk of every weapon in the game. Yes, every weapon, even exotics. We've also made the decision to remove any activation criteria for all these effects. No matter which you are using, simply firing this weapon, apply the associated effect immediately, assuming you land your shots. So you no longer have to hold ADS to do unstoppable anymore. Perfect. Weapon type: aggressive, high impact, unstoppable, precision, adaptive, barrier, lightweight, rapid fire, overload. This covers most of the weapons in the game. Here are the ones with more niche intrinsic fans receive. Support ARs, overload, adaptive burst linear fusions, barrier, aerial denier, breach grenade launchers, overload, double fire breach grenade launchers, unstoppable, micro missile, unstoppable, wave, unstoppable, compressed wave, drum GL, unstoppable, heavy burst hand cannons, unstoppable, spread shot hand cannons, overload, aggressive burst SMGs, unstoppable, aggressive burst pulse rifles, unstoppable, heavy burst pulses, unstoppable, the legacy PR hipfire frame pulse, barrier, rocket assisted pulse, unstoppable, rocket assisted sidearm, unstoppable, disruption sniper rifle, barrier, caster sword, barrier, vortex sword, overload, wave sword, unstoppable, dynamic heat weapons, overload, balanced heat weapons, overload. Exotic weapons each got an effect that most reflected how the exotic itself behaved. Here are a few interesting examples, but we'll let you all discover the rest once Monument of Triumph releases. Izzy, barrier, Trinity Ghoul, overload, Xeno, unstoppable, parasite, barrier, Yoan, unstoppable. Oh my goodness, they've been cooking and they're still going. I've been recording for almost an hour. That's all for us here on Artifacts. The sandbox is going to be shifting drastically in Monument of Triumph, and we look forward to seeing the powerful builds you all put together using both old and new pieces from our Guardian stored legacy. Vendor updates. With the release of many of your favorite vendors across the tower are getting an update. Reputation and rank reward tracks are returning to many of the vendors: Shax, Zavala, Saint, Zer, Banshee, and even your old pal Drifter. We've also expanded their focusing options significantly, as well as some other vendor specific updates that we'll touch on below. Oh my dog, did y'all believe they was gonna pull out all the stops like they pulling out the stop hits? Like I said, we have a TWAB. The TWAB is not even out yet. When I started this video over an hour ago, the TWAB was not out yet. There's gonna be a TWAB. This video is gonna be an hour and a half long. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm talking to you. Are you excited? I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's keep talking. Vendor updates. Now, focus tier gearing. Focus tiered geared. I'm so happy. Focusing for tier. Calm down. Focusing for tiered gear is now available on many vendors across the tower. This includes newly added gear, as well as gear from across the last several releases: Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, and Renegades. Weapons will be focusable at tier 3 and 4, depending on the player's power level. With addition to upgradable weapons, you can take any rolls you got from focusing and upgrade them to tier 5, while activities remain the best and more consistent source of natural tier 5 weapons. They're doing this while still, like Bungie, y'all really speaking to my soul. They're doing it so tier 5 still have some allure, but also because you can still upgrade it to tier 5 once you get tier 4. And the only difference between tier 4 and 5 is just the enhanced origin trade. So you're really straight. That's perfect. Wow. With addition to I already said that. Oh, hold on. With addition to upgradable weapons, you can take any rolls you get from focusing and upgrading them to tier 5, while activities remain the best and most consistent sources of tier 5 weapons. However, because armor is not upgradable, focusing armor will go up to tier 5. Got it. Here's how gear focusing will work at vendors. Weapons will be focusable at tier 3 and 4. Tier 3 is 300 to 399 power. Tier 4 is 400 plus power. Tiered weapons may be upgraded to tier 5. They have not said anything about power reset either. So I'm assuming we're not resetting our light level this season. So, cool. Armors will be focusable based on power level. 300 to 390, tier 3. 400 to 519, tier 4. 520 plus is tier 5. Updated Ada's 1 shader of inventory. Added additional shaders, year 1 shader pack, 4 unreleased shaders: Alchemy Scorch, Bone Meal Loam, Bringe Glow, and Charred Plumage. Increase the number of available shaders per week from 3 to 6. Still randomly rotates through the available shaders each week. Updated 801's legacy armor to no longer be on rotation. Expanded selection to all armors for transmog purposes. Updated Threader Bounty reset. No longer reset seasonally. Instead, players will earn 1 additional Threader Bounty per class per week. New bounties available each week at weekly reset. Maximum number of Threader Bounties per class is 10. Okay. Gambit Reputation Rank Rewards track has been restored. Updated Gambit Focusing Gear additions. Tiered Focusing will utilize Gambit engrams. Now includes focusing on all tiered Gambit gear, including the new Gambit weapons and armor. Perfect. Banshee 44 Gunsmith Reputation Rank Reward track has been restored. Dismantling weapons and armor gives Gunsmith Reputation again. Updated. The Gunsmith Focusing now includes share pool weapons from previous releases. Includes tiered gear for Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, and Renegades. Hawthorne upgraded clan engrams to have tiered gear. Thank God. Saint 14 Reputation Rank Reward track has been restored. Updated. The Trials Focusing now includes the focusing for all tiered Trials gear. Gear additions include tiered gear from Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, Renegades. Focusing will utilize Trials engrams. Salad only available during Iron Banner, of course. Updated Iron Banner focusing now includes focusing for all tiered and Iron Banner gear. I read that wrong, but it's okay. Gear additions include tier gear from Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, Renegades. Focusing will utilize Iron Banner ciphers obtained through Iron Banner match completions. Iron Banner will maintain the event card and will not see Reputation Rank Reward tracks resort. Got it. Shax Crucible Reward track reduced. Yep. I'm sorry. Crucible Reputation Reward Track Resort updated Crucible Focusing now includes focusing for all tier Crucible and competitive Crucible gear. Gear additions includes tier gear from Edge of Fate, Astronaut, Renegades. Tiered focusing will utilize Crucible engrams. Competitive Crucible gear will require Crucible ciphers, which can be obtained via competitive Crucible. Xur Rep Rank Rewards Track has been restored. Purchasing items Xur grants Reputation. So if you buy items from Xur, you get Reputation. Xur's inventory has been updated. New catalyst added to inventory. Tiered armor has been added as well. Zavala Vanguard Rep Track restored. Updated focusing. Yep. New gear includes focusing for all tiered solo ops, fire ops team. Includes tiered gear from Edge of Fate, Astronaut, and Renegades. Now includes focusing from all tiered solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops, and pinnacle ops gear. Tiered focusing will utilize Vanguard engrams. Pinnacle ops and arena ops gear will require Vanguard ciphers, which can be obtained via Pinnacle ops and arena ops activities. Nightfall ciphers that players may have had in their inventory will be automatically updated to Vanguard ciphers. Rewards from Call to Arms are available to pick up from Zavala. Those who have earned but not yet received them. Updated rotation for weekly Vanguard engrams. Updated rotation for weekly Vanguard Arms rewards. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a lot of reading. My voice is going out. Destination vendors, updated gear distributed to tier 3. Attune anywhere. Attunement now lives in your inventory, accessible anywhere, anytime. No longer will you have to go to a specific vendor to attune to what you want to earn from the activities you are playing. With a huge amount of new and updated weapons in the release, we wanted to make it seamless for you to With a huge amount of new and updated weapons in this release, we wanted to make it as seamless for you and your fire team to have greater agency around farming for those god rolls than ever before. Hanging out in normal or waiting for friends during a break between SRL races, take some time to attune your favorite weapons across various archetypes. Attunement for the following activities: distortions, roll drops, solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops, pinnacle ops, crucible ops, trials, Iron Banner, Gambit, onslaught, and Sparrow Racing. At any time, players can be attuned to one weapon from each activity type. For example, players can attune to Crime, Mutiny, and Solo Ops, Nightshade, Fire Team Ops, and Better Devils and Crucible Ops at the same time. Good. Attuning to a weapon means that you will significantly have... Attuning to a weapon means that you will have significantly higher drop chances for that weapon from an activity and will be available for all of the weapons in that active loot pool for each additional activity type. For each included activity type, I'm sorry. Attunement is available for all players with no cost to attune or unattune, with no limits, no changing in weapons that you're attuned to. We hope the system will help you find the perfect roles for your arsenal. That's our Dev Insight article about weapons, artifacts, and how vendors and attunement and focusing will work in the Monument of Triumph update that drops June 9th. We have also more to share later today on our Twitch, coming in just 2 hours. Stay tuned to find out more about the changing in the Crucible and news rewards you can get in Pantheon and much more. We are 1 hour and 40 minutes into recording. There's been an amendment to the Sandbox preview article. Praxic Blade is getting nerfed. We all knew this shit was coming. Okay. In our 7K word weapon sandbox preview, we missed changes coming with the Praxic Blade on June 9th. We're getting this added in the article now. Praxic Blade. The point of these changes was to allow Praxic Blade to still act as a primary weapon when it's paired with an actual primary weapon. But to still act as primary weapon when paired with an actual primary weapon. But to reduce the surplus of special ammo so that it cannot be paired easily with another special ammo weapon. Slightly increase the time it takes to get ammo refunded when blocking. Strongholds will no longer allow infinite blocking with special ammo swords. We've seen feedback that it felt too bad to watch from your ghost as your teammate blocked for 3 minutes straight without reviving you or doing any damage to a given boss. Sometimes we need you to go in attack and reduce the ammo refunded by light attacks. This is absolutely a personal attack to Rick Tackis. Alright. Let's go read. First off, Twid. Pantheon will not have not swap. Feats, however, will be present. Good to know. PvP Strike Team update. Sandbox training preview. First, let's review some of the previously discussed sandbox tuning for weapons and armor that will directly impact Crucible. We'll have more to talk about abilities next week, but a sneak peek, check out some changes we'll be discussing, including some big ones in invisibility. Big ones to invisibility. Abilities, global. All multi-charge abilities will now start matches with one charge full instead of all charges. Void. Invisibility. Greatly increased capacity to make players more visible in the Crucible. Scatter grenades. Reduce chance of reduce chase distance versus players by 50%. Reduce the amount of grenade energy disability gains from perks by 12.5%. Hunter, Solar, Deadshot Super. Reduce energy refund for kills on players by 40%. Warlock, Void. Pocket Singularity. Reduce tracking and shape against players by 60%. Titan, Arc. Knockout. Remove the lunge range bonus versus enemies. Man. Corrected an issue where the bonus damage could be applied too early, increasing the damage of the melee that activated it, and causing unexpected one-hit kills in Crucible. Okay. Diamond Lance. Reduced freeze AoE versus players and enemy players. Players can no longer quick fall after throwing the Diamond Lance. Artifacts are now disabled in trials and competitive playlists. Okay, so it still works in casual game modes. That's cool. Exotic Armor. Warlock. Dysimo Fusion, increase the time between damage takes against players. Okay. Nothing Manacles, reduce the extra seekers created from 4 to 3 to reduce the range and lifetime of extra seekers. Titan, ACD feedback fence, no longer provides any damage resistance versus players. Thank you. I can now punch a Titan and he will die if I punch him with ACDs. Perfect. Oh, my nose is stuffed. Ammo system. Reduce the point gains from pistol ammo and heavy ammo kills and assists and super kills by 30%. Reduce glaive melee point gains 20%. Yeah, we talked about this already. Talked about this. There you go. Unified Crucible Ops. Removed all the playlists into Crucible Ops screen and deprecated the legacy Crucible node. This will allow us to better focus the population and reduce instances of duplicate overlapping playlists. As a note, for Control and Iron Banner Control, the only playlist in which skill is utilized is matchmaking. Outlier protection has been set to automatically revert open skill if queue times are taking too long. Perfect. Control, outlier protection matchmaking. Replace the Iron Banner Control when active. Competitive rank-based matchmaking. Rumble open skill matchmaking. Quick play open skill matchmaking rotates game modes weekly. Mayhem, Rift, Relic, Monument, Scorched, Supremacy, Clash, Zone Control, Hardware Mixed, all 6v6. Replaced by Iron Banner Quick Play when active. Small Team Quick Play. Open skill matchmaking rotates games daily. Survival, Heavy Metal, Elimination, Hardware Mix, Arena Collision, 4v4, Lockdown, Clash, Elimination. Replaced by Trials and Osiris and active. LTMs. Trials passage-based matchmaking. Available for every Friday through resets. Available every Friday, though resets on weeks when Iron Banner is on active. Replaces Small Team Quick Play. Iron Banner Control, Outlier Protection Matchmaking available for 1 week every 4 weeks. Replaces Control. Iron Banner Quick Play. Open Skill Matchmaking available for 1 week every 4 weeks. Rotates between Tribute, Fortress, and Eruption. Replaces Quick Play. SRL and private matches for Crucible. Ooh, look at these skins. Ooh. Is that a legendary No Land Beyond? Is that a legendary No Land Beyond? I'm not tripping. Is that a legendary No Land Beyond? Don't play with me, Bungie. Don't play with me. Hold on. Armor set, Triumphal Anthem, 2-piece, Scoot to Loot, Sliding collects nearby enemy and temporarily grants enhanced reload speed and handling to your weapons. So it's like that the arc trait that we used to have on Titan. Inertial Override. Shoot to Scoot. Dealing damage with weapons temporarily and grants enhanced slide, gain damage resistance while sliding. Okay. New, the Helmsman, Arc High Impact Bolt Action Sniper. Reprised back fully tiered with the new perk options. Okay. Joxer's Longsword, Better Devils, Unending Tempest, Randy's Throwing Knife, Autumn Wind, Out of Bounds, Sorrow's Verse, Survivor's Epitaph, The Keening, and Frozen Orbit. Returning. Weapons from Edge of Fate through Renegades that will be earnable. Riptide, Moss Onthor, Might of Macro Tool, Pure Recollection, Return Melanie, Stars and Shadows, Qua Victus 4. Newly tiered weapons from pre-Edge of Fate that will be coming back as tiered versions with the same perks they had last time they were released. Retrofuturist, Anonymous Autumn, and Last Perdition. We're gonna get a new ship, Sparrow, and Ghost as post-game drops. Perfect. I'm not tripping. That looked like a legendary version of No Land Beyond. Man, no, play me, man. Play me. Yep. Cool Sparrow. That's a nice looking ghost. New emblem and shader for Shax's war track. Okay. Is that the emblem? That looks cool. All right, new modifier, Arena Collision. Arena Collision is a 4v4 game mode that harkens back to the original Arena, a style of sandbox with more methodical gameplay focused on weapons, map knowledge, and movement. Fight over the heavy ammo crates to help you control the objective and enjoy greatly reduced penalties for hip firing and airborne gameplay. This is all I'm gonna play. This is all I'm gonna play. Pretty much, we're going back to before freaking the airborne modifiers were a thing. Oh, I'm so back. Primary weapons, damage unchanged, hip fire accuracy and aim assistance penalties are decreased. Special weapons, disabled. Okay. Heavy weapons, damage increased. The game starts with 3 heavy ammo crates active, 1 for each side and 1 neutral. Crates respond as a wave of 120 seconds cooldown. Crates are not shared. Why are we putting, man, take heavy weapons out of this. General weapons, all are granted plus 60 airborne effectiveness. Radar, heavily modified. Base radar range has been decreased and no longer expands dynamically. Players will only show up on the radar if they are shooting, sliding, sprinting, jumping, or have heavy ammo. Within the center circle, players will show up as dots instead of illuminated wedges. Grenades. Grenades base recharge has been disabled. Getting a final blow will refund grenade energy. The amount of energy which is based on the base cooldown of your grenade stat. Melees. Powered melees are disabled. Melee has been decreased. Melee damage has been decreased. Glaive melee damage has been further reduced. Class abilities. Class ability base recharge speed has been disabled. Getting a final blow will refund class ability energy. The amount is based on the type of ability you selected, its base cooldown, and your class ability stat. Super is disabled. 3 peeking, disabled. Respawns are 7 seconds with revive enabled. Okay. New additions to PMs. Heavy metal and SRL have been added more on them in the Dev Insights article, so you can play those in private matches. We've also created a couple of new private matches exclusive modifiers. Glass cannons. When everyone is super, no one is. This modifier is filled with 30 seconds of fun style loops and power spikes, but players are much less resilient. Players most similarly to D1 style of Crucible. I need this outside of private matches. I want to know what they mean by D1 Crucible. Because y'all wasn't raised in the times where last word was 3-tapping people. You used to get tapped in the head by Thorn and bleed out. Y'all wasn't raised in those times. I want to put y'all through that. Primary weapons. Body shot damage is significantly increased. Special weapon. Damage is significantly increased. Special ammo meter progress significantly faster. You can retain twice as much ammo after death. The game starts with special ammo crates active and crates are shared. Heavy weapon damage is significantly increased. A single heavy ammo crate will spawn at a neutral selection at 240 seconds cooldown and the crate is shared. General weapons. Aim assist is slightly reduced. Radar is unchanged. Grenade cooldowns are doubled, but damage is greatly increased. Melee cooldowns are doubled, but damage is greatly increased. Class ability cooldowns are doubled. Super cooldowns are halved, but damage taken from weapons and grenades. And melee, while in super, is greatly increased. Camera is unchanged, and respawn time is 5 seconds with no revives. Software, the opposite of hardware. The more grenades and melees and supers look good while doing it. Primary, special, heavy, and general weapons are all disabled. No radar, or regular radar. Grenade cooldowns, grenade, melee, and class ability cooldowns are greatly increased. Super cooldowns are greatly decreased. Fix the camera and third person. Fix this. Oh, so you can. It's only abilities. Only abilities and all the cooldowns are decreased. We've also added a new rule set for Rift and private matches. Single round Rift allows the game to play continuously, start to finish, with no resets after a spark is dunked. Woo! New competitive rewards. Look at this new armor set. Look at that new emblem too. Sheesh. While we're doing a rewards refresh, you decided to not reset the rank alongside the release. Check out the new competitive armor set and offerings. Nice. 2-piece primary chain. Oh, the armor set is called Paradacia. Primary chain for 2-piece. Primary ammo weapon final blows grant a stacking bonus of mobility, primary weapon range, and handling until you are defeated. Sublime Transit, increased mobility and grants enhanced sprint speed and slide distance. Note those benefits do not stack with the enhanced sprint and slide powered by exotic abilities. They do stack with things that increase movement speed via scalar like lightweight or killing wind. Weapons, Solemn Lie and Arc lightweight hand cannon. Reprise, we got Redrix, Mercurial, Overreach, Deadlock, Belarius D, and Post. Returning, Solemn Remembrance, and Peculiar Charm. Along with the new competitive Glory armor sets and returning weapons, we're also adding 2 new emblems to be earned. A new competitive emblem, I Am the Crucible, win 77 games in Crucible players to unlock this emblem. And a new Ascended Zero emblem, Last Guardian Standing. Works the same way as the original Ascended Zero when you earn points to win in Ascended Zero. Win more points for more wins. At higher ranks, the number of points you have determines the emblem drop chance after a win. Earning 1,000 points guarantees the emblem in your next win. Progress towards earning this emblem only begins after you have acquired the Umbral Echelon, which will still be able to earn. Good to know. We've also taken a pass over the maps waiting for the playlist with the goal of remove some of the more frustrating maps and modes, combinations from playlists, and reduce the likelihood of some others occurring. Solitude, high to normal, Dissonance Clash, high to very low, Rusted Lands Clash, normal to low, Widow's Court Clash, low to very low, Anomaly Collision, low to very low, removed Multiplex Collision, Exodus Blue Clash, Twilight Gap Clash, and Vostok both modes. Trials of Osiris and map rotations. We're going to be changing the way map selections work for Trials. If you guys heard a lot more in the background, I am so sorry. We're going to be changing the way map selection works for Trials, and moving forward, each weekend we'll have up to 3 maps on rotation when chosen using the below process. 1 map is randomly selected from each of the 3 pools. Pool 1, Burnout, Jaff 4, and Endless Veil, 33% chance for repeating of course per map. All pools, 1 map. All pool 1 maps. So pool 2 is all pool 1 maps. Altar of Flame, Pacifica, Circus Plaza, Eventide Labs, Dead Cliffs, Meltdown, Solitude, Radiant Cliffs, and Wormhaven, 8.33% chance per map. Pool 3, all the pool 1 and 2 maps, all the remaining maps except Convergence, Rusted Lands, Multiplex, Citadel, Exodus Blue, 33% chance. Okay, 3.23% chance. I really can't read anymore. Jeez. So while most weekends we would expect to end up with 3 different maps on rotation, the system makes it possible to have more than 1 map, have the more popular maps double or triple weighted. For example, we would end up with a double Javelin 4 selected in pools 1 and 2, the Dead Cliffs selected in pool 3 for a weekend. It's even possible to throw unlikely to have to end up with all Endless Veil, Burnout, and Jav 4 for a weekend. And if that map gets selected in each pool, we feel this change will help keep the Trials experience feeling less repetitive week over week. We also get a whole new set of rewards in Trials of Osiris. While we will be resetting Trials engrams at launch, so spend them now. New Trials engrams and score-based rewards at the end of matches will be able to drop all the new gear while focused gear system is changing to have pool of weapons instead of a single focus item. Look at this armor. Look at this armor. Look at this armor. Ooh wee. This is like a warlock helmet. Ooh wee. Ooh ooh. These look nice. Cruel Electrum is the armor set. 2-piece primary survivor. When an ally is defeated, primary ammo weapons gain increased handling, reload speed, target acquisition, and reduced flinch. Bonus increase when multiple allies are dead at the same time or when running solo. Primary Phantom. Final blows with primary ammo weapons remove you from radar for a short time. Drawing a weapon that does not use primary ammo will immediately end this effect. Weapons. New. Willful Harmatarian Arc Adaptive Burst Linear Fusion Rifle. Reprise. Messenger. Summoner. Scholar. Solar Scar, Aisha's Care, Exalted Truth, Keen Thistle, Inquisitor, Igneous Hammer. We getting a tier 5 Igneous Hammer. Shayura's Wrath, Ira Soul, Exile's Curse, and Tomorrow's Answer. To returning, the Martlet, Kundum Hammer, Rundum Hammer, the Immortal, Cataphract, Astral Horizon, Ever-Running Glitch, Burden of Guilt, Aurus Neutralizer, Auric Disabler, Aisha's Embrace, Unwavering Duty and Forgiveness, Newly Tiered, Reed's Regret, and Yesterday's Question. Bonus focus pools are replacing the original single weapon as a weekly focus. Now, a focus pool of weapons that drop in addition to the base rewards. The Lighthouse will have its own focus pool as well, home to some of the best weapons trials I've had to offer. Week 1, Scholar, Exile's Curse, Solar Scar, Forgiveness, Aisha's Embrace, Corundum Hammer, and Astral Horizon. Week 2, Aisha's Care, Keen Thistle, Woeful Harmeratia, The Immortal, Burden of Guilt, Unwavering Duty, and Cataphract. Week 3, Exalted Truth, Eye of Soul, Charmara's Answer, Everburning Glitch, Auric Disabler, Aurus Neutralizer, The Martlet, Lighthouse, Igneous Hammer, The Messenger, Shahira's Wrath, The Summoner, and Inquisitor. We also have 2 new sets of Ships, Sparrows, and Ghosts for you to collect, as well as a new emblem and shader on Saint 14's reward track. It's a lot of pictures. I like these. Picasso. Okay, with the Monument of Triumph release and Iron Banner returning with a new 4-week cycle, and that's not all, you can also earn new armor set and a slew of new reprised and returning weapons. Nice looking armor. Look at that Hunter. Look at that Titan. I like the Safari theme. That's a nice Safari theme Warlock right there. Iron Battalion, primary honing, increased handling, reload speed, and primary weapons. Primary MO weapons gain increased damage against non-boss combatants when you're based on your weapon stat. Super Cycle. Look, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't care. Final blows with your super actives, your front super energy when it ends. Nice. That's gonna be a really good one. Really good one. Weapons reprised. Fellwinter's, Multi-Mac, Lethal Abundance, The Forward Path, Point of the Stag, Wizened Rebuke, Pressurized Precision, Criminal's Dagger, Tier 5 Criminal's Dagger. People have been waiting for that. The Time Worn Spire, Roar of the Bear, Granora's Axe, Occluded Finality. Returning. Reg Husk Pledge, Finite Impactor, Newly Tiered, Tusk of the Boar, Frontier's Cry, Archon's Thunder, Reese Walker, Tenacious Mastery, bringing a Tier 5 Tenacious Mastery, Peace Bond, Allied Demand, The Hero's Burden, Claws of the Wolf, Yorm's Claw, and Bite of the Fox. Bonus Focused Pool. These pool of weapons will alternate each time Iron Banner is active. Winning gives you a higher chance of earning bonus drops. First Iron Banner, the Forward Path, Time Worn Spire, Wizard Rebuke, Criminal's Dagger, Granora's Axe, Fellwinter's Lie, and Reg Husk Pledge. Second Iron Banner, Multi-Mac, Finite Impactor, Occluded Finality, Lethal Abundance, Pressurized Precision, Point of the Stag, and Roar of the Boar. Time for freaking Pantheon. Moments of Trials. This will include a new set of Pantheon raid activities shaped in the image of the original format with upgrades and surprise featuring new bosses, new rewards, new ways to play. We want to celebrate Destiny 2's bosses that veterans may remember and give returning Guardians an opportunity to experience them. At launch, 2 activities will be available, each with a unique lineup of bosses. The first Saturday after launch, a third activity will unlock which challenges players to take it on the full gauntlet of bosses. The following Tuesday and at reset, weekly rotators begin rotating individual bosses. Guardian can earn a new set of armor for each class, a suite of weapons, reprised from original activities with unique and origin traits, and hollow foil variants. Each multi-boss activity concludes with a vendor offering purchases of rerolls for acquired items for the Spoils of Conquest. Reprised Pantheon encounters have a chance to reward ornament for the original armor set. For example, Catalyst may drop the armor ornaments related to the original base Leviathan raid for Guardians who have not unlocked them. Perfect. Completing a new set of Triumph rewards of emblems, exotic cosmetic items in the title, and a new title. All activities offer a new adventure difficulty aimed at players looking for a lower stakes opportunity to learn, teach, and practice for success. This lifts the power cap, allows infinite revives, and adds slack to the timing requirements for some mechanics, with trade-offs of limited pull lower tier rewards. Okay. So they got an adventure difficulty. So it's basically going to be like the dungeons they had during Ride of the Nine. Perfect. Good for these newbies. Let them learn. Feats. Since the introduction of Edge of Fate, we've been listening to the feedback that is already challenging activities the feat system has made it too difficult to earn the highest quality gear. In the Monument of Triumph, those activities now have standard difficulty options without feats that will continue to offer weekly tier 5 drops per encounter. Feats are still accessible in the new custom difficulty mode, where we have overhauled the quantity and quality of drops Quality rewards, granted by completing encounters with feat actives. The additional drops and tiered upgrades are per encounter and guaranteed. In addition, we've increased the rewards value of some feats to better represent their degree of challenge. The table below shows the total gear rewards for each feat reward grade. These rewards are farmable and can be claimed repeatedly. Cutthroat, 4 reward grade. Challengers, 3 reward. Cutthroat Cabans, 4. Cutthroat Cabans, plus 4 reward grade. Challenges, plus 3 grade. Shark Troopers, plus 2 grade. Token limit and phase limit, plus 1 grade. So if you're at grade 5, you gain 3 tier 5s. If you're at grade 4, a tier 4, and 2 tier 3. Wait a second. Why is grade 3 getting 2 tier 5? I mean, I guess 4 you're getting plus tier 4. So it's better than nothing. Take it, I guess. Raid and Dungeons Rad Rewards. Hold on. I used to love this set. When Lifeball came out, it was one of my favorite armor set looking, by the way. Not like gameplay, but it looked really nice. We wanted to provide a compelling reason for Guardians to revisit their favorite raid and dungeon activities in Monument of Triumph. To that end, we've updated all weapons and armor from pre-Edge of Fate rad activities to now provide tiered rewards. This means all raid and dungeons will drop tiered armor, all dungeons will drop tiered weapons, all craftable raid weapons will have tiered bonus accessible from the relic for weapons. This unlocks all the features of geared tiering, including enhanced perks, barrels, mags, origin traits, cosmetics, and mods. For armor, this unlocks all features of geared tiering plus unique set bonuses for each raid and dungeon. In addition, all raid weapons will gain the updated perk pools, while all dungeon weapons will also gain new origin traits. Craftable raid weapons now have the option to upgrade tiered gear. Craftable raid weapons now have the option to upgrade to tiered gear. Check out today's Dev Insights for details. New tiered raid armor will no longer drop with a slot for activity-specific mods. However, once acquired, these legacy armor pieces can now be purchased from Hawthorne with spoils. Below is an example of the Shattered Throne dungeon that launches without its own unique armor set in 2018. And now rewards an armor set featuring art from the Season of Defiant and includes a new set bonus. Okay, this is one of my favorite looking armor sets, bro. This is from the season. I can't remember what season. The season that launched was Lightfall. Queen's Full Rush. Gain a powerful overshield when performing a finisher. When you finish a target, release a slowing burst around you. Okay. 4-piece, Truth to Power. Gain increasing damage resistance when you deal damage or land final blows. Finishes grant accelerated progress at max stats. The recharge rate of your abilities is also increased. Alright. That's alright. Raid and Dungeon Rotator. The Raid and Dungeon weekly featured rotators are returning with a change to incorporate tiered rewards. 2 raids and 2 dungeons activities will be promoted to featured status each week. Challenge icons will lead you to the featured activities on their original destination, in addition to them being sorted to the top of the new raid and dungeon category of the director. While they previously offered power upgrades, featured raid and dungeon activities now reward the highest quality gear as an outline below. The listed rewards are farmable unless noted and with weekly lockout. Featured raid. Standard deep side weapons or tier 5 armor from encounters and challenges. Master, same as standard plus adept weapons from challenges. Director, deep side weapon or tier 5 weekly lockout. Okay, so deep side weapons or tier 5 armor, weekly deep lockout. Hidden chest, tier 5 armor, weekly lockout. Deep side chest, deep side weapons or tier 5 from if all patterns are complete. Vendor, weekly deep side purchase. Master offers adepts for 25 spoilers. Non-featured raid. Standard chance for deep side weapons and tier 3 armor. Master/challenge deep side chest, deep side weapons, and tier 5 armor. Featured dungeon tier 5 weapons and armor. Tier 5 for master, tier 5 weapons and armor. Director challenge tier 5 weapons and armor, weekly lockout. Hidden chest tier 5 weapons and armor, weekly lockout. Non-featured dungeon tier 3 weapons and armor. Master tier 5 and armor. So standard is tier 3, master is tier 5 if it's not featured. As you can tell, this release is a look back at our raid and dungeon content over the years. We have marveled at how extraordinary the community has overcome every challenge you could dream of. Your dedication and limitless capabilities have been a source of inspiration. With Pantheon and the Monuments of Triumph, we endeavored to again create an opportunity for your fire team to walk into the unknown and achieving the impossible. More vault and loadout spots. Before we close out this section about so many new and renewed weapons and armor and earn, you may be wondering where you're going to fit all of it. Well, good news, the vault is getting even more space. It's increasing from 1,000 to 1,300. That should be enough to fit everything we hope. On top of that, how about getting some extra loadout slots too? We're adding 8 more slots, so you'll go from 12 to 20 loadout slots. Perfect. Cosmetics, bright engrams, bright dust, and expanded exotic ornaments. Exotic armor ornaments. When Renegades launched, we introduced universal exotic ornaments. Destiny fashion community got to work to making more exciting new fits for their guardians. However, one question rose to the top of feedback: when can we put legendary ornaments on our exotic armor? The answer is in moments of triumph. We didn't stop at just legendary ornaments, however. All qualities of armor ornaments from common to be legendary, or common and legendary, can now be applied to the currently equipped exotic armor alongside universal exotic ornaments. The same caveats that apply for universal exotic ornaments still apply to the extended ornaments. If the ornament is not specifically parented to the equipped exotic armor, its visuals will be temporarily disabled in PvP content, but will return and refine excelling that content. Special visual cues or effects that apply by ornaments are not specifically parented to the sale. Okay, so if you got like some glows, it won't be on the armor because it's not for that armor. Got it. Good to know. Additionally, note that the equipped armor's icon will update to show the visual of the equipped ornament, but will still retain the exotic quality color. This will ensure that players in PvP can always know that their rivals have an exotic equipped, even if they are wearing an ornament of a different quality. Exotic ornaments and collections. In addition to expanding the range of ornaments that can be equipped on exotic armor, the full collection of exotic armor ornaments for each class can now be viewed in the collection's exotic section. Destiny announcements. This will allow you to refer to announcements that you may want to reread, may have missed, or have accidentally dismissed over 30-day receipt, after which they will naturally expire and be removed. Additionally, the system will now support automatic delivery of messages to the announcement screen, resulting in fewer pop-ups and messages overall. The announcement screen also includes a featured item carousel. In addition to standing messages, this selection will include information about the relevant content. Dog, we needed this before you decided to shut down. Imagine they could announce that you could read and announce the TWAB in game, bro. Come on, man. Bright Engram Focusing. The upcoming release will challenge the way Bright Engrams work with the addition of Bright Engram Focusing, housed in the new tab in the Unverse. A Focus Engram will award an unowned item engram category. For example, a Focus Ship Engram will provide an unowned ship. Good to know. For one Eververse Engram plus 300, 600, 900 Bright Dust. 0 BD. You get the standard decryption with no focusing. 300 BD, legendary accessories, ships, vehicles, legendary shaders, legendary flares, hollow ships, ghost holograms, and transmat effects. 600 BD, exotic accessories, ships, vehicles, individual with skimmers included in vehicles. Okay. Legendary emotes, single and multiplayer, and legendary finishers. 900 BD. Okay, so you spend 900 Bright Dust, you get an exotic weapon ornaments, exotic emotes, single player and multiplayer, and legendary exotic armor ornaments, individual engrams per class and slot combination. Focused engrams will contain Eververse source items in a category that are drawn from across Destiny 2's history, even items newly introduced in the Monument of Triumph, and items that have never been offered in engrams or Bright Dust for Bright Dust, will be available through Focused Engrams. Note that Focused Engrams will offer items only. Bright Dust will not be a reward option. However, you can still get offers of gifts and Bright Dust from the original standard decryption with no focusing. Good to know. While several Focused Engrams have more items than we can show in the preview of its content, seriously, there are a lot of items. They will not drop duplicates, and their contents are finite. This means that they will gradually deplete as their contents are acquired. As an engram depletes, the preview of its contents will update, and eventually all remaining items will be visible in the preview at once. When Focus Engram has been completely emptied, its preview will be empty. Additional purchase of that engram will be blocked, as there will be nothing left to earn. Bright Engrams. Focusing will also provide a one-to-one exchange for legacy engrams that are available before Eververse engrams were introduced in Season 12. The exchange for a given legacy engram will not be visible if that engram is present in your engram inventory. Eligible legacy engrams are following. So the exchange for a given legacy engram will not be visible if that engram is present in your engram inventory. Eligible legacy engrams are as follows: Bright engrams, illuminant engrams, dawning engrams, crimson engrams, prototype engrams, solstice engrams, steadfast engrams, ephemeral engrams, etched engrams, winter drift engrams, crimson engrams, notorious engrams, jubilant engrams, best year one engrams, nostalgic engrams, fond memory engrams, luminous engrams, and mnemonic engrams. I don't even know what half of those are. Evergreening. With the end of Destiny 2's regular release schedule, the Monument of Triumph, we have made major changes to the ways we distribute Bright Dust, chronologs, or offer access to content from Eververse. The Rewards Pass, the Monument of Season Pass, the Bright Engrams, each of these changes are from the perspective of supporting the weekly resets that will continue and improve access to many cosmetics that have been offered in Destiny 2 throughout the years. Some highlights of the changes we'll cover in the greater detail in our patch notes include Bright Dust and Chronologs. Chronologs will now be one of the 4 featured currencies shown in the UI, listed after Glimmer before Silver. They will no longer take a spot in your inventory as a result. Bright Dust and Chronologs will share their focus to be predominantly earned through Seasonal Hub, while the weekly earnable amounts go up as the hub absorbs other sources. Rewards Pass. In addition to the shift to the hub, Bright Dust and Chronologs will also still be available on the Triumphant Reward Pass, in parts to compensate for the long delay. All Bright Dust on the Triumph Reward Pass is on the free track. Good. The score boost that has been replaced with an additional set of XP boosts, with up to 15% personal and fireteam XP available. The 5 stages of XP boosts will be automatically unlocked based on progress earned from the Lawless Rewards Pass. Okay. The Triumph Reward Pass has received an additional cosmetic rewards, including 2 additional armor ornament sets, 6 shaders, 2 accessory sets, 2 emotes, a finisher, a hollow chip, a ghost hologram, and a skimmer. Monument to the Seasons Pass. The Ash and Iron Rewards Pass and the Lawless Rewards Pass have been added to the Monument of Season Pass. Because it will be permanently available in the Rewards Pass screen, the Triumphant Rewards Pass will not be available in the Monument to the Season Pass. The seasonal armor bundles of the Year of the Final Shape have been added to their relevant seasons, the Monument to the Seasons Pass. This will allow Guardians to acquire samples of these armors to unlock them as ornaments. Eververse. The Eververse will be shifting to a more evergreen state. Some changes will be noticeable immediately, including the daily offers tab, while others will occur starting June 23rd. More details will be provided on our patch notes on June 9th. Woo! Look at these. Look at this art. Look at this art. Why? That's everything for this Rare Friday Twid. Hopefully this is plenty. There's a lot of great changes coming in the Monument of Triumph, and our goal with this week's 3 articles was lay it all out. Well, almost all of it. We'll be there with you all on June 9th, trying some of my old exotics with some new catalysts, taking down old raid bosses one more time, fighting friends in the most ridiculous private and crucible matches, dropping an idea here, Jab 4 NLB only, getting some renewed versions of fans' favorite returning weapons, blasting the most annoying horn during some late night SRL races. Honk back if you love D2 as much as we do, the DQ community team. Boys and girls, this is probably going to be one of the longest videos that's Destiny related on my channel. If you got here, you're the real MVP. I appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all on June 9th. Once again, if any of these videos leading up to June 9th get 100 likes, I'll do one combined. All of these videos I'm posting that are Destiny related between yesterday and June 9th, if they get a cumulative 100 likes all together, I will do a 24-hour stream. I am dead serious. So like this video up if you want a 24-hour stream. Like I said, all videos from yesterday until the last update for June 9th cumulative. If they get 100 likes all together, I will do a 24-hour Scream for Destiny when it launches. Have a good one. Stay spooky, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go get something to drink because in a couple hours, I got to get on the train to go to work. I'm sad. Have a good one. Stay spooky. Peace.